Dean, what's your thoughts on the game and how the guys got the win?
Yeah, first quarter, I think they went 6 of 8 from 3 or something like that. So obviously not so happy with that. I think some of them were heavily contested, and over the course of the game, that kind of balanced itself out a little bit, and probably only made 3 more, and one of those was Walton's down the death there as well. So I thought after quarter time, it was a big change to hold them to 12 points in that quarter. I thought we made them shoot the shots that we were more happy than them shooting, and they put some lineups out on the floor that has a lot of shooting to it, and how you switch, how you take those away, the coverages that you've got to get right. And I thought for the most part after quarter time we were pretty good with all that. They're a high-paced team, and so I thought the way that our shot selection, pretty good. That didn't allow them to run too much, and the best game that we've had so far in pre-season and regular season of not turning the ball over. Still a couple that we'd like to take back, but we didn't fuel any of their pace as well.
Were you surprised how many threes you created, like open threes you created, and sort of felt like, and maybe I'm wrong, I was watching thinking, geez, this league could have been bigger here with some of the open shots. So.
Yeah, they were, obviously a team that packs the paint. You saw the Perth game that they have 47 three-point attempts or something like that. So it's something that they're a little willing to live and die with right now. But yeah, it was good to get some screen connects and really get CG running off, some screens. And where first game in Tassie, they made it difficult for him to move a little bit, and so for him to get some freedom and get rolling a little bit tonight, I thought it was really good for us. But I think that's 2 games right now that our intent to attack the paint has resulted in us having a good number at the foul line, and so both these 2 games I like the way that we've created those kind of points.
What does it do for this team when Dell is creating the way he is over these first 2 games?
Yeah, I thought he was exceptional again tonight. Even though he scored 20 plus last week, the clips that we really showed of him, were just how he's making other people better, and he doubles down on that one tonight and has the 10 assists. But he came out cooking in that early part of it, and I think the way that they're directional with their on ball took us a little while just to flip screens and get the direction right. And I thought once we did that and we got the spacing right, we were pretty good. But yeah, Delhi's in some really good form.
What's the key to getting what you got out of Jack in that fourth quarter throughout an entire game?
Yeah, there was. I don't know. We were talking about before that there wasn't too many numbers on there in the first half, and then he comes out and has 15 and 8 in the second half. And I love his intent to cut. I love his intent to just crash boards and do the things he does, get out and run and get on the rim. And so I love that he had a great 3-ball there too, and that would have added to it as well. So I'm not sure. I didn't say anything to him at halftime. It was all on him about just coming out and being more assertive and more aggressive. And when he's like that, he's great for us.
Jack, did anything change for you?
No. I guess just in the second half, just felt like the ball was sort of bouncing my way a bit more, and just found some better spots, like got some O-boards, got some good looks and some looks in transition. But no, I felt like I was trying to be aggressive in the first half, but just how the game was sort of rolling. And, we built a good lead. We thought we were playing good defence. It just so happened that other guys happened to be sort of cooking a bit more and getting to their spots. So I think that's the beauty of our team as well. Like, we're not relying on just one guy, and, multiple guys can step up. Obviously, Daly tonight had another huge one. Chris coming in, getting some great looks and firing away and hitting those. And, number of contributors. But, it's just a credit to the group and, I guess, the depth and versatility we all have.
Jack, with you fitting back into the team, finding where you fit in this group, is it going to be a bit of you needing to take a few more shots or a few more chances here and there, or is it just feeling out where you can fit with everyone?
No, just taking good shots. Like if the team's creating good shots and I'm in good spots, like I have the confidence to take them. Like had a couple good looks tonight from 3, but unfortunately didn't fall. But I guess sort of the words coming from the locker room is just continue to stay aggressive. And when I'm aggressive, I'm creating good things for the group, whether that's in transition, off rebounds, or in the half court. So just trying to maintain that mindset. And it feels great to sort of have that belief from the group, and just trying to have fun out there. Like, we have such a fun group, when we get stops and run and play in transition, like, it's such a fun way to play, and we're sharing the ball, and we have 20 assists tonight, and that's how we want to play. And still working on cutting the turnovers down, but 10's a pretty good number for us with how fast we want to play. But I'm just enjoying being back, and to be 2-0 to start the season like this, and play a tough Tassie team last week, and then come into a throwdown tonight, and then hoping to follow it up on Saturday night with another big game at Tassie's house. So just taking it one game at a time, and enjoying it.
Can you talk a little bit about what you're getting out of the 5 spot between Rob and Marcus? I mean, it doesn't matter who starts, but it's how you use them at different points of the game and the different looks that they're giving you.
Yeah, Robbie, I think it was most of the game was leading us in plus minus there for a while. I thought his contribution, I think, he just adds this real passing touch as well, and the ability to pop and really see the floor. Like, he's not just a automatic catch and shoot kind of guy. He really wants to make other people better. Had some really good rim protection tonight as well. I thought coming downhill, he blocked a number of shots, and and then we saw what Marcus was able to contribute, and he missed a couple of lob dunks that were right there for him tonight, but we got him in pretty good spots. And again, when both those two are doing a good job protecting the rim, Hunter's a challenge at different times, but and Sobey and these guys coming downhill, but for the most part, I thought both of them were really solid.
Did you have any kind of preconceived plan coming into the season about how to split the minutes between them? Well, I mean, at the moment it seems kind of like matchup based, how the game's kind of flowing, and obviously Marcus came in a little bit underdone, but is it kind of playing out how you expected?
Yeah, I think in that in that first group, having him as a bit more of a stretch for us, and I think it just gives Shea and Delhi a little bit more room to start the game, and then. Coming in with Marcus, that puts heat on, the rim a little bit more, and can open up, some shooting as well. So I think, both of those have contributed to us getting to the foul line a fair bit as well. But did I have preconceived ideas? I liked how it was, with, Ariel and Robbie kind of, and they've just subbed for each other. And it's like, go 4 or 5 minutes and keep subbing for each other. And then we're obviously using our small ball lineup a little bit than we have in the past. And so at what point of the game that we keep using that, and what it looks like for us is, some different looks as well.
Is that a lineup you think you're going to explore a bit more as well? You had 4 guards out there at one point with Jack as a small ball 5, just to kind of mix things up. Is that something you guys have practiced a bit as well?
Yeah, I think that this league's got so much shooting right now, and so the ability to really sit down and switch a little bit more, and then obviously Jack's got some advantages at the 5 and his ability to shoot it and take people off the bounce, and so we got to keep looking at that lineup, and we got some good reps in it through the week as well.
Dean, there was a lot of physicality out there today. Did it feel as though the rivalry, I suppose, rekindled a little bit, as opposed to maybe, last year you were really steamrolling them?
No, I thought Wisecamp certainly steamrolled CG right there, but physicality of the game, was it more or less than Tassie? I'm not sure. I thought the referees handled it well. The foul count at 18-13, they managed that and allowed the game to play out and the players to play the game out. So, I encourage the game to continue to be ref that way. But the rivalry is the rivalry, right? Until we get to the semi-final battle that we had in COVID, that wasn't in Melbourne, and until we get to those points where there's these massive games, and I think that's what the rivalry needs again, is for us to play in major games, and hopefully we get there in the future.
Bill Smythe today has endorsed you as the next Boomers coach. Have you heard those comments, and is that something that's on your, career plan, development plan as a career coach?
It's nice of Phil to do that, but again, if ever, I haven't never been, I've coached a window and coached the young Boomers, and to me the pathway to be the head coach of the Boomers has always been come through the system, and I think that's what Andre did. That's what Brett Brown did. That's what others have done previously. So if there's an opportunity to be on staff or however they see it, this is my primary job, and I want to keep doing this to the best of my ability. And if I think that took away from doing this role to the best of my ability, then I'd make that decision as well.
Will you be putting your hand up though when they start doing their look for someone?
No, sure. See what it looks like. It's obviously when you're doing one full-time job, and I'm sure when you look at that one, that's a pretty big full-time job. And so, can you manage the load of those two things? I'm not sure. It's a pretty difficult task for anyone to take on two major jobs like that.
Dean, how is it to have a big contingent of fans here for an away game, and how important do you think that is going forward, especially we're looking ahead a bit, but maybe during the Australian Open when games are actually away, getting your fans to travel as well?
Yeah, obviously our fans have been starved a little bit, right? And you want a home opener, pretty close to the start of the season, and it takes us to the end of next week to get that home opener. So having them be able to come to this game where I talked about it before, a unique experience where, we have a good contingent of the crowd, and, they're cheering for one team, they're cheering for the other team. Normally you just have these road games where you don't get cheered for too much, but so it's quite enjoyable to have our fans, and I thought, they were pretty impactful in the fourth quarter and, pretty loud at the end, so certainly looking forward to treating them to a game pretty soon.
And Dean, is it good to see this fixture continue to be a sellout, this pre-AFL Grand Final on Thursday? It seems to have really settled in the schedule now as a big one, whether it's you guys or Phoenix or something.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of games that are fixtured in that are big games. Before the Melbourne Cup, tacking on to some of these things that Melbourne thrive on with their fans, and just giving them an extra day to go celebrate and do things. I think we're doing a good job of the fixturing right now.
Dean, have you thought about the fact that you're returning to Tasmania and you watch them unveil a banner?
Yeah, start to think about that right now, and obviously Marcus was a part of that, and we celebrate what he achieved as, but it's been an interesting one, playing in those games at different times where. Where's your mindset? Is it looking back or you're looking forward, and how you're going to play? But I'm sure the intensity that they're going to play at is something that we might not have seen so far in the league, and the pressure that we're going to see. And so I think that's what we're absolutely preparing for. I'm sure there's a few Tassie fans that are probably going to have a few beers watching the grand final. I'm sure they're going to be loud and rowdy after watching the AFL grand final. But we look forward to the hostility that we're going to receive down there, and it should be a fun game.
Thanks, guys. We'll wrap it there.
Thanks, guys.